I told you Kelly and I are going to retire, and this is how we're going to do it. I hope that you are having an absolutely wonderful middle of the week. I wanted to share with you my strategy on how Kelly and I are going to retire. So we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a strategy session. So first off, before we do this, as you know, I am not a financial advisor. The content on this channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is only what I am doing, what Kelly and I are doing to head towards retirement. This is our goal. These are our plans. This is what we are doing. For any of your own money, you need to do your own research, and you need to talk to a financial advisor who can tell you exactly what you need to do. So again, thank you so much for joining me on our journey. Do need to tell you though, thank you, everybody. We hit 700 subscribers this week, actually yesterday, September the 9th. Absolutely awesome. Thank you all so much. The channel is starting to really kind of grow. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? You need to subscribe. I do an update every Friday, so you know exactly what's going on. I tell you exactly what I'm doing in my plan to retire, and we're gonna talk about the rest of it in a minute. But anyway, subscribe, and you can always buy me a beer. Also, I have a glass of wine here, but this is actually the wine that we're gonna make. So you can buy me a beer, you can subscribe, and you can leave information in the comments as well. So let's get into this. I wanted to really talk about our plan as far as what we are doing to retire. So our goal is we want to hit $100,000 annually in distributions. That's from ETFs, from stocks, from dividends, all that stuff. So no personal income. We want all passive. That's what we want. So that's a goal, 100,000. I also want to grow my wealth preservation. What is wealth preservation? Well, that's buying things like gold and Bitcoin and silver and things like that. So we want to grow that wealth preservation. So if something were to happen atrocious, then our wealth would be protected. So we're going to grow that. We want to buy some land. Already looking at some land in some different places in Virginia. And then also open a micro winery. Don't want to do the whole big huge winery thing. It's just the two of us. We're just gonna make a little micro winery, just make it nice and intimate. But that is the goal, to do that. So how are we gonna do it? How are we gonna get to that $100,000 passive income goal? So there's three things where the money's gonna come from. The first is gonna be personal income. I want to use as little of my personal income as I can in this, but that's part of it. Next is through active trading, and we'll get into that, and also ETF reinvestment. So we'll get both into those more in depth than the other. But I want to use as little as my personal income as I can. I just want to use that to live on in this plan, take care of debt, those types of things. So that is the ultimate goal. So the first thing I got to do, or what I want to do, is I want to centralize everything into Robinhood. So currently I have 3 accounts. I have an account in Citibank, I have an account in E-Trade, and I have an account in Robinhood. So I want to centralize everything into Robinhood. But why Robinhood? Why would I want to pull everything into Robinhood? Well, let's talk about what I don't like about the other accounts. So first off, limited securities. My Citibank account, I was lucky to get ULTY and YMAX and Coney in there. It would not let me do anything else. When I say it wouldn't let me do anything else, it wouldn't let me do anything else. Those are the only things that I could buy, which is freaking ridiculous. It's a trading account. It's a wealth account. They won't let you do that stuff. It is absolutely atrocious. So heck with that, Citibank. Next thing is little to no drip. Seriously. Even E-Trade. Well, Citibank, there was no drip at all. I couldn't drip anything. The drip, if you don't know what drip is dividend reinvestment plan. So when you buy something and it pays a dividend, it'll take that money that was paid to you and automatically buy more. And what that does is over time, it snowballs, and your little pile of money gets really, really big. And just drip, 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 drip. That's what drip is. So on Citibank, I couldn't drip anything. I did to do it all manually, which sucked. And E-Trade, come on, dudes. I have 7 different securities in there. Seven. Only 2 of them would drip. 7, only 2 would drip. It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Third reason, no partial shares. A partial share, if you don't know what that is, with Robinhood, it's kind of nice. Well, no, I'm not going to talk about Robinhood yet. I'm going to talk about the other 2. A partial share, if you have $10 and a share is $20, then you can't buy it. You have to have $20. If you have $10, you can't buy that security. You're not going to get any benefit from it. So if you, with the partial share, you can say, okay, it's $20, I have $10, I could buy half a share, which is nice. Especially if it's nice to be able to buy partial shares. And you can't do that on Citibank, and you can't do that on E-Trade, which I think is crazy. Especially E-Trade. Come on, man. Anyway, so what else don't I like? Last thing I don't like, it's too much work. No, really, it's too much work. I have a spreadsheet that I have formulas in on a spreadsheet that I put in how much money that I have, and it divides it all up for me. So I have to do math, and I do it on paper and everything else. It's just too much work. It's just too much work. So we're going to consolidate over to everything over to Robinhood. So that's my list of things that I don't like about Citibank and E-Trade. So my Robinhood likes, you knew those were coming. So first off, I have full access to everything. Everything. There's something else that you cannot buy in E-Trade, and you cannot buy in Citibank. You know what that is? Citibank's a bank. And freaking E-Trade is JP Morgan. You know what you cannot buy? You cannot buy Bitcoin. You cannot buy any crypto. You can buy security, but you cannot buy any Bitcoin. You can buy everything. Everything. Even you can do futures now on E-Trade. Not that I'm going to do any future trading, but you can do everything on Robinhood, which I love that. I can drip everything. Everything drips. Everything automatic. So I don't even have to worry about it. Do not have to worry about it. And I can buy partial shares. Which is awesome. So when I have extra money, I want to put it towards something, I can actually put it towards something instead of putting it in this little side cubby hole and waiting until I have enough money to buy something. I can just buy it. And that makes me happy. That definitely makes me happy. Definitely. Oh, and Roth. So they have a Roth also. So I can trade. I can put money into my Roth account, and I actually get a percentage extra whenever I put outside money into the Roth as well, which is kind of cool. So a little bit of bonus. But I can put everything in there, and it can grow tax-free, which is a very important thing. Excuse me, I didn't want to burp into the microphone. That's pretty rude. So there's a Roth also. So I have a Roth open in Robinhood and also E-Trade. Oh, and it's easy to use. It's like the most simplest platform out there. It is so easy to use. They have complicated stuff too, but I don't use any of the complicated stuff. I'm just a boring old guy. I don't need complicated stuff. The most complicated thing I do is I watch a chart, and on that chart I have only three. Almost spilled my wine. I only have 3 things that I watch on a chart, and that's it. I don't do all the other crazy stuff. But anyway, it's easy. It's easy to use. So highly recommend it. I actually have a Robinhood account, obviously. There's a link into a description if you want to join. By all means, you're more than welcome to join as well. You get a share, I get a share, but this video is not sponsored by Robinhood. This video is not sponsored by anybody but the boring old guy. All right, so let's get back to this. So here's the flow. Here's kind of the working mechanism in this. So any personal income that I'm going to put towards is going to go into Robinhood. Any of the trade profit that I do active trading in Robinhood. I'm going to use that for income as well. And everything's going to drip to grow. We're just going to we're going to put it on automatic and just let it grow. Percentage. Okay, a percentage is also going to be used to pay off debt, and a percentage is going to go towards those wealth reserves, that's your Bitcoin, your gold, and things like that. We can get into more details, but this is the basic flow, or I guess it's not really flow. I guess it's really kind of the fuel to the engine, the fuel that's putting it together. How's it going to go? I should have labeled that fuel, shouldn't I? Too late now because I'm recording it. Oh well. Anyway, so that's a fuel for it. That's how we're doing this. Current movement right now. This is what's going on. I'm moving my entire Roth to Robinhood from E-Trade. Of the 4 securities in there, only 2 drip. The other 2, I got to do the math. So I'm moving it all over to Robinhood so that way I have it. I can also buy Bitcoin in my Roth, which is cool. All the distributions from my regular E-Trade account, because I have 2 different E-Trade accounts. I have 2 regular. I have the Roth and I have the other. All regular distributions from that are going to go to Robinhood. So when I get a distribution, I'm not going to reinvest it in Robinhood. I'm going to send it over to reinvest it in E-Trade. I'm going to send it on over to Robinhood and do all those things in Robinhood. Going to keep the Citibank open, but the only thing I'm going to do with the Citibank is first off, 50% of that of the distributions are going to go right over to Robinhood, and we're going to buy those things in Robinhood, and then the other 50% is going to go to paying off debt. That's the only thing we're going to do with Citibank. We're going to use the Citibank to pay off credit card, and we use Citibank to the other 50% to fund what's going on in Robinhood. So that's kind of the current movement of what's going on right now. Trading. So like I said, I am actively trading. I am an active trader. I'm not a day trader because I do not have a big enough account, but I am an active trader. I will trade anywhere from 0 to 3 times a week. I have the ability to do that, and I take great advantage of it. I'm really good too. I think I'm really good. Anyway, if you want to see information about my trading as far as what I do, my setups and things like that, there are a couple videos out there I've already done. More than happy to do them moving forward. If you want to see those, put it in the comments. Bill, please show us your trading videos and how you're trading and how you're making money that way. I'm more than happy to do it. Not a financial advisor, but I can definitely show you what I'm doing. So trading, I am actively trading on Robinhood. I traded twice today. My goal is on every trade a 1% gain minimum. Minimum 1%. Minimum. Why only 1%? Well, 1% compounded over and over and over and over and over again is a lot of money. It is. So if I can get that guarantee that 1% gain, that's all I need. It's 1%. Over and over and over and over again. More if I can get it, obviously. But anyway, so more if I can get it. 50% of that is going to go towards trading funds. So half of every profit is going to go back to add to our tradings. All right. And then 50% of that is going to go, 25% is going to go to wealth reserves, and 25% is going to go to ETFs. So, for example, if I get $100 on a trade, a $100 profit, then half of that, $50, is going to go back into the trading, and 25% is going to go buy us some Bitcoin, and then the other 25% is going to go towards ETFs. So there is we're going to have that money coming in, and that's all house money. That is all house money. That's like going to Vegas, and you're sitting at blackjack. You make $100. You know, I'm going to take this $100. And I'm going to give it to somebody else who's an expert, and have them make me some more money, and then just snowball, just snowball it. Is that a good explanation of that? I don't know. If you have a better one, please let me know. I think it's a decent one. So that's it. That's what we're doing for trading. Okay, so where are we in the process currently? So currently we're about 3 to 4 business days away from the Roth transfer being completed. I started that process last week. Last week I started it Monday. Maybe I started it Monday. Anyway, about 3 or 4 more days until that is completed. 20% towards our annual goal. If you remember, the annual goal is 100,000. So we're sitting right about 19,000 a year right now at this point. That's my estimate of where we're at. So we're 20% to that $100,000 goal. So 20%. I think that's pretty cool. We've already started the Bitcoin, and this BTGD is an ETF that only does gold and Bitcoin. That's it. Just gold and Bitcoin. Because you know why? Those go up and up and up and up and up. There's a finite amount of gold. There's a finite amount of Bitcoin out there. And they do a fantastic job of taking advantage of that. And it's a great place to kind of squirrel some money away and make money for the long run. Not huge amounts, but those purchases have begun. They started last week. And again, trading is active, so that money is already coming in. It did pretty good today. So what's the timeline on this? This is my Blossom. You can follow my account on Blossom. You can see exactly my trades. You can see my portfolio. You can see everything else. According to Blossom, it says 20 months. I will hit 104,000 annual. I think I'm a little closer than that because, excuse me, I had to turn away and not belch in your ear again. So dividend goal, they have dividends at 13,000. My estimate is 19. I think they're a little off, but they're saying 20 months. I definitely think I can do it sooner. You can link for Blossom in the description. You can follow me there, ask me questions and everything else as well. Great place to learn. It is a fantastic place to learn. So check out Blossom. So that's it. That's the plan. It's super simple. That's it. I'm just going to take money, put it in, put it to work, and make more money. And that's it. And we're going to buy some land, and we're going to buy a house. So we're going to build a house, and we're going to start a micro winery, and we're going to make some of this awesome wine. This is the cranberry. That's yummy. All right. So thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Come back Saturday. Saturday morning will be our weekly update. So make sure you subscribe so that way you get notified for that. Leave comments, and hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful rest of your week. Bill the Boring Old Guy. Thanks.